In today's video, I'm going to talk about some up-and-coming bands that released music back in April. There are albums and or singles that I missed or found out about later. I have some metal, I have some rock. All these bands are up-and-coming, and they have come here to eat bubblegum and kick ass.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
The first band I have released a single called Feed Me More. The band is called Ashes to Omens. The band is from Athens, Georgia, and they comprise vocalist James Brandon, drummer Casey Lee, bass player Christopher Blake, and guitarist Trip Cooper and Will McCorkle. Their music is a mix of hard rock, alternative rock, and post-grunge. They plan to release 3 singles, and this is the first one called Feed Me More. First thing I noticed about this song is the guitar playing. The main guitar riff reminds me of some classic metalcore. It was very melodic. They use a combination of heavy metal styles as well as some palm muting in the guitar to give it more of a crunchy sound. The rhythm was very energetic. They use both fast and slow drum beats, and it also has a very big chorus when they sing the Feed Me More. My favorite part of the song was about 2.5 minutes into it when they go into this breakdown where they slow down with some heavy palm muted guitar riffs. I like that part a lot. Overall, it's a catchy song. It's the kind of song that sticks in your head and has some pretty cool guitar playing, so definitely check it out. Next is the band Pyrograph. They're from California's Central Valley. They formed in 2017 in the small town of Madeira. Their main influences are Alice in Chains, Audioslave, and Tool. In December of 2018, Pyrograph released their debut EP, Creatures of Instinct, and this year they released their self-titled debut full-length album, Pyrograph, on April 12, 2024. This one was very different for me. I thought the music was very original. I opened up the first track. It's called The Ram. It has these 70s style prog keyboards, has a really big sound, and then they go to a guitar riff that sounds like it came right out of the 90s, similar to classic grunge bands. The vocals are reminiscent of grunge bands. They use some lower range vocals. There are also lots of layers of sound. If you listen with headphones, you can hear lots of things going on in the background. Hollywood was one of the singles, and this was pretty cool because the intro reminded me of some early Machine Head era Deep Purple. The song also has a nice groove and lots of melody. There are also a lot of different things going on behind the scenes with different guitar effects. Third Leg was another one of the singles, and this one also brought back that sound of 90s grunge. The guitar riffs in the song are very memorable. The song also has a funky quality to it, kind of reminded me of Living Colour, especially in the guitar playing. There was another single called Clear My Head. This one was a little more laid back and reminded me of 70s rock music. Had that driving bass line, melodic keyboards. The song uses some dissonant guitar chords. It was a slower song. I like the use of the clean guitar tone. The vocals were very melodic, and they delivered a powerful vocal performance. Overall, this band surprised me. I was not sure what to expect. If you know me, I love 90s music, and anytime a band tries to bring back that, I usually welcome it, but this album also came with some unexpected twists and turns, with some of the music paying homage to the 70s, which is another one of my favorite decades of music, so I think you should check out this band. I have one more band. They are a thrash and speed metal band from Guadalajara, Mexico. The name of the band is Phantom, and they released a 4-song EP called Transylvanian Nightmare. This is an old school thrash and speed metal band. Sounds like something recorded in the early 80s. It reminded me a lot of Slayer's first album. The opening track is a title track called Transylvanian Nightmare, and this begins with some demonic voices. It goes into some old school guitar shredding. It's one of the songs that starts off with a lot of melody, and it just builds up from there. The main guitar riff was very reminiscent of classic thrash, talking about the more extreme thrash bands like Slayer or Creator. The music is very intense. The song also has some twists and turns and lots of groove. They have lots of intense drumming and the guitar riffs are insane. The next song is From the Abyss, and this one had a very classic thrash sound. I thought it was very reminiscent of Bay Area sound with bands like Exodus, but they also had some heavier and intense guitar riffs. Sound was very evil. This one reminded me of something that could have been on the first Slayer album, Show No Mercy, as I mentioned before. Also a breakdown, or we call a mosh part, where we used to say in the 80s. This was when thrash bands would change the rhythm, and it lets the audience know time to form the mosh pit. Guitar solo completely shreds on the song as well. Epitaph is the third song. It's an instrumental with a very haunting sound. It has these eerie arpeggiated chords, the sound of wind in the background. It goes into this hauntingly beautiful classical music part that's played on the acoustic guitar. The song has many different layers of sound. Towards the end of the song, they play some beautiful yet dark melodies on the lead guitar. An example of how a metal band does not always have to be super heavy to make good music. The fourth song is called Raging Pyres, and this one brings back the thrash. Probably the most intense song in the EP. This one reminded me of some early Slayer or Creator. The song is very fast-paced, the drumming is intense, the guitars come at you like buzzsaws, and the vocals are very harsh and evil sounding. The song is pure thrash. It's dark and evil and filled with energy. They change the rhythm in the song to keep things interesting. This also has a very retro sound and reminiscent of some 80s era extreme thrash. It's also a very cool drum and bass breakdown in the second half of the song. That was pretty cool. So that is all. Check out this band. They're bringing back that early thrash metal sound. It's very raw. It's dark. It's evil. If you like that kind of thing, check them out. So that's all. I just wanted to talk to you about some of the stuff that came out that I missed. I usually try to cover big and well-known bands, but I also like to give some of the smaller bands some exposure as well. Definitely check them out. Watch this video next. Please subscribe to the channel. I do rock and metal reviews as well as rankings and tier lists and a bunch of other stuff. I also do lots of collaborations on other channels. I will either post them in my community post or I'll post short clips. This way you can find me on other channels. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.